Good afternoon, everybody. This is my third episode of Tough Talk, and today's subject is going to be about relationships, ending them properly and carrying them on properly and so forth and such. Um, I'm going to dive into it, really speaking about my personal experiences with the relationships I've been in, and um, I guess the question or the thing I want to elaborate on the most is like knowing when to end one. And in my experience, that hasn't always worked out for me, especially in my most recent relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, either way, what you go through with a person, that's what y'all go through. That's y'all business, and it's really just between y'all two. Um, but there's always a proper way to end things, and I think people more than usual choose to end a relationship on a bad note because either one, they don't want to end it, or for two, they just can't look in the mirror and say that they the issue. You know what I'm saying? So that can cause a lot of conflict, because I mean, we all got our issues. We all suffer from things that we need to fix or things we need to work on. And I know for me, one thing I need to work on is like, I hate to feel crowded. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody deserves personal space, and I think everybody deserves time to themselves. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't agree. Some people feel like they got to be all up under you, and I ain't. I'm learning myself that I ain't really with all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my woman to be into me, but I love for her to be into herself too at the same time. So, you know, but that's just me. Everybody don't view it like that, and I'm not mad if you don't view it like that. I'm not mad if you do. I mean, like I said, it's my experience. But one thing I do know is people choose to end things on bad notes. People choose to find whatever reason they can to make a situation worse, when it's just like, okay, if we're not agreeing to this point, or if we're not on the same accord to that point, then we should end the situation. I mean, if we can't communicate about it, then we should. But acting solely off emotions, some people be so scorned, men and women, that they act specifically off emotions, and that can make a situation really, really messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and it can endanger people, or it could cause people mental harm. They have to go through some shit, and they're not used to it. They just not prepared for it. And I find it real shocking that a lot of people suffer from that shit. Like, a lot of people don't know how to regulate their emotions, and they make things a whole lot bigger than they're supposed to be, and it just turns into a catastrophe. And you know, but everybody got a little bit of growing to do. I always tell people, for as long as I live, I don't care how old I get or how much wisdom I think I got, I still feel like I can learn something new. And matters of a woman, I will always be searching for the next answer to how to be better for a woman, or be better for my woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just being a better man in general. But I never really understood why people go out of their way to try to destroy people when they no longer want to be with them, or they no longer want to be together. I mean, you can see that the situation is not headed in a good direction, and I guess the first person to say it gotta be the bad guy. I ain't really sure, and it's always gonna be a mystery to me. And especially with honesty. Like, I find myself being honest as hell, and it shit still bit me in the ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I guess it's more learning about the background of people. And I always tell motherfuckers, excuse my language, that I feel sometimes you shouldn't go into a new situation saying so much shit about your old situation, because that gets people leniency, or I guess people things that feel like they can get away with. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't doing that, but at the same time, a lot of people do it. A lot of people choose that route in the situation. You know what I'm saying? But from my experience, I see that that ain't a good way to start things. A good way to start things is to learn a person from your own perspective and let y'all relationship grow that way. But yeah, man, I want y'all to chime in on that. Give me some insight on the best ways of beginning and ending a relationship, because a lot of people ain't got it together. A lot of people bring some of the most obscene bullshit into a relationship from their past that they never see past that, and they treat every person off that perspective, and that ain't fair to nobody, not even themselves. But you know, us as a culture, black people, I know we suffer from a lot of underlying issues, a lot of unspoken issues. I mean, things we don't talk about, things that are on the hush hush that we carry around on our back, and we taught not to let it off. We taught not to speak on it. So it makes it that much more harder to trust, that much more harder to be in a successful relationship, that much harder to move forward in life. But yeah, y'all chime in on that, man. I hope I hit some key points for some people, and I hope that I spark some new conversations to talk about in good, healthy relationships. You know what I'm saying? But that's my time for today. My 3rd episode of Tough Talk. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Fuck with me, man. Excuse my language. Just give me some feedback, man. Get into it with me. Feel the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this shit. All right. Peace out.